Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Hello, my dear acquaintances. So we are finally at the last stage of the lock rejuvenation process, and that is the moisturization process. I'm sorry this took me so long to make. I was testing out a product in my hair that I was going to show you guys, but I ended up having a allergic reaction to it, so I'm not going to show it. I don't think it's anything to do with the product. I think it was just me because I have very sensitive skin. So I'm only going to use rice water and oils in my hair for this process. The first thing I'm going to do is put my hair into 4 sections. Once again, the reason why I put my hair into 4 sections is it's easier to get a more thorough application process to it, or a more thorough moisturization process. Now, my main goal with this moisturization process, I want to make sure I add enough protein and moisture into my hair, which is one of the reasons why I'm using rice water, to really make sure I get that protein seeped into my hair. I used to use rice water before, but I kind of stopped because it started to be winter and I don't want my hair to be wet because my hair takes forever to dry. And that is the rice water right there. I let that seep in there for a day. So I let it, just put some jasmine rice into the bottle, regular organic, I can't stress that enough, organic jasmine rice. Now with rice water, I only use it for about 3 days. So I let it sleep first overnight, and then the next day I use it for about 2 or 3 more days, because after that it starts to smell like throw up. Legit like throw up. So I wouldn't recommend using it any further than that. So I do want to mention what I'm doing. So I'm just spraying it on my scalp first. If you have noticed already that I have re-interlocked my hair, because like I said, it's been a while since I tried to film this, and I decided to re-interlock my hair during the wait time period. So I'm spraying it on my roots first, then lightly spritzing it all over the rest of my lock, especially at the ends. If you have loose ends, which I did a video on how I keep my the ends of my hair loose, the ends of my locks loose, please watch that video. But if you have loose ends on your locks, make sure you are taking care of it. The next thing I do is put vitamin E oil on my scalp right after I spritz it lightly. My hair is not completely soaked, but it is slightly damped, and I'm not too worried about it like being the moisture being stilled, because it's not wet enough for it to like really stick in there. Next, I'm going to be putting more protein in my hair with the carrot oil. Now, I love carrot oil. You can use any type that you can. The more organic, the better. But I'm just putting carrot oil, and this time I'm going to put it through the whole shaft of my hair. And I'm really going to focus on the ends. So, anybody who has locks, if you have loose ends, I highly recommend you focusing on those parts of your hair so that you don't have high breakage. Really focus on putting lots of protein on those ends of your hair. Trust me, you're gonna need it. Now we are on to the final step. Now this one is very much optional, and I forgot to tell you that you guys can use any oils that you want, but I'm using castor oil. If you don't need this much of a heavy oil on your hair, and your hair is not really on the dry scale, it's more like medium to light, I would use like either castor oil or like maybe like rose oil, light little bit of rose oil. But if you have very dry hair like me, I highly recommend using just a good amount of castor oil. And that's what I'm using to seal basically all the oils and just top everything off. And I'm putting that all over the shaft from the root to the tips of my hair, and especially at the tips, because castor oil provides for me a good healthy amount of moisture that my hair absolutely adores. So that's the final thing that I do for my hair, and I just basically do that all over my head. Not basically, I do that same exact steps all over my head. Now this is optional, but you don't have to do this. I'm just being extra. I'm going to take a little bit more rice water and just spray it all over my head finally. And I'm mostly spraying it on my scalp, kind of just like putting it anywhere. But you don't have to do this. I'm just being extra. And this is the final look at my hair. Now for some people this may be a lot, but trust me, all of that moisture and all that oil is going to be absorbed by the time I wake up tomorrow. And it's going to be great, and my hair is going to be soft. So as you first put on, I just want to note this, when you first put on all those oils and it doesn't like feel automatically soft right away versus when you would use a cream or something, please just give your hair time. Let your hair absorb the moisture and the oils on its own time, and use the oils that work best for you. And I do want to note this, how you can see the scalp of my hair is about the same color as my skin. Now this may not be for everybody, but for me this is kind of like how I determine whether if I either moisturize my hair enough, or if I exfoliated my hair enough, or if I'm stressed out. I usually look at the color of my scalp, and usually if it's pale, that usually means I have either too much product on there, or if it needs to, my scalp it needs to be exfoliated, or I'm really stressed out. So that's usually a first sign or a first teller that something is wrong with my hair. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe for any upcoming videos. I love you guys so much, and stay locked. Bye.